called This Dark Endeavor, and Kenneth Okel, the author, does a phenomenal job at portraying the crucial themes of love and sacrifice in the novel This Dark Endeavor. The novel itself takes place in Geneva, narrated in a Gothic style.
The characters include Victor Frankenstein, Conrad Frankenstein, Elizabeth, Henry, and Theodore.
The plot basically is one twin falls ill, and the other one enlists the help of his distant cousin Elizabeth and their best friend Henry to find the elixir of life and create it to save his life, basically. Alright.
One of the reasons I disliked these dinners was that Conrad was so much better at them than I. When we all finally sat down at the table, masters and servants united into one very large and unusual family, my twin brother effortlessly struck up conversations with everyone. This passage embodies the tense relationship between the two Frankenstein brothers. While there is obvious love between the rival siblings, there is also a blatant jealousy as a result of Conrad's overshadowing of Victor in all aspects throughout the novel.
So in this first scene on Victor and his Conrad, and we are fencing.
Okay, me. So on page 22, Victor quotes, "Damn the doctors, I said. They're little no more than barbarians with pills. I wouldn't trust them to groom my dog. Conrad's getting weaker by the day. We must take action." So he sees the results of his brother getting weaker every day with no help of the doctors. He decides to take matters into his own hands and finds a recipe for the elixir of life in the mysterious dark library. After that, Elizabeth, Henry, and Victor all set off on their adventure to go find an alchemist named Julius Polidori. Once they find him, they find out that the first ingredient they need would be a tree lichen. They gather the tree lichen, they have some problems, they get attacked by vultures, they survive. They find the second ingredient, which is a kind of fish called the colanth, has a weird name. Again, they have some problems, they nearly drown. And they get a second, and they go on to a third ingredient. That's it.
In this scene, I'm going to see the Dr. Polidori to see what the first ingredient in the elixir of life. What is the first ingredient in the elixir of life, Dr. Polidori?
It's the nuclear elixir.
At the end of the novel, Victor, Elizabeth, and Henry gather at Polidori's house hoping to find out what the third ingredient is, and finally finish the elixir. After arriving at his house, they discover that the last ingredient is willow. Victor offers his willow and ends up losing 2 fingers. Polidori then begins to prepare the elixir and tells the group to come back for it the next day. Luckily, Henry finds out that Polidori is lying and tells Victor and Elizabeth. They discover that Polidori intended to use the elixir for himself, and they left. The group confronts him about it. Polidori doesn't give up. Instead, he tries to leave with the elixir. Fortunately, after struggling and fighting for the elixir of life, they manage to escape. But just as they pass the gates and rush on their way home, they come across another problem, Craig. The lynx ends up swallowing the vial containing the elixir and almost escapes. Luckily, the group manages to catch Craig and overcome the obstacle. Hoping it isn't too late, they rush back to Conrad and give him the elixir. The following day, Conrad's illness is almost gone and slowly he becomes healthy again. Unfortunately, just as we thought he was getting better, Conrad dies in his sleep. It was then that Victor says, "I promised that I would see my brother again, even if it meant unlocking every law of this earth to bring him back."
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Is that done?